Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Harrison Middle School for tonight's matchup between the Harrison Roadrunners and the Garfield Grey Wolves. As Darius Davis nearly loses that first possession, he'll work his way up the floor to get the scoring started here tonight. As these Garfield Grey Wolves are 4-1 on the year and put together this full court press yet again, and they create a turnover for the Roadrunners. And Carlos Solorio take a nice inlet pass to get on the board. Full court press here once again from the Garfield Grey Wolves. Davis sits back. Davis throws his hip out. And he'll be whistled for a foul on that one as there was a little bit too much contact. As number 24, Darius Davis, has the first foul of the evening. Xavier Silva finds Curtis Peralta to the right side, number 14, Cesar Gonzalez, as he throws that one inside, taken away. And back and forth possession there. Xavier Silva. Peralta, top of the key. Peralta looks to get inside. Tipped away by Giovanni Jaquez as his good hands continue for this year. Up ahead to Garcia. Garcia gets to the basket. May have been some contact. No call on that one. Mateo Gwynn battles for an offensive rebound. Garcia with a mid-range jump shot to get the score up to 6-0. As the Grey Wolves continue with the full court press. Davis plays safety. Davis with tip back in. Mateo Gwynn, he gets to the basket. And now Mateo Gwynn adds 2 more points as the scoring is evenly distributed here amongst these Grey Wolves on the floor. Garcia throws his hand in there. And before Garcia can get his hands on that ball, Harrison Roadrunners call a timeout. And we'll take a break ourselves. There we go, yep. 4:07 in the first quarter here at Harrison Middle School as the Roadrunners throw that one away. Now with 3 turnovers, just 2 minutes into the game. Garfield take possession in their own front court. Jaquez will control the ball. Jaquez finds Garcia with a nice pass. Garcia can't finish on that. It's a great look. And we have a whistle. And that foul will go against number 3, Andres Garcia. Maybe some frustration after a missed layup there. Full court press gives some issues here to the Roadrunners. They get through that first wave and they get it into their front court. Active hands by Solorio. Jaquez with the takeaway. Davis pulls it out. Jaquez, 1 man in his face. Finds Garcia. Nice drop pass to Solorio. Can't quite connect. Seems to be a lid on this basket here for these folks tonight. Davis will try his hand at a mid-range jump shot. A little too hard off the iron. And this is number 11, Curtis Peralta. Can't get that one to fall. Might have been a shot, might have been a pass. Regardless, Harrison Roadrunners control the ball at the top of the key as Garcia. Now the Grey Wolves in a man defense. Something we haven't seen a lot out of them yet this year. As number 11, Curtis Peralta, might have been knocked on that attempt. Gets the points. Now the Harrison Roadrunners on the board with the first 2 points of the night. Davis gets a lot of contact on his way to the basket. No calls. He'll get an offensive rebound. Get 2 more for Darius Davis, now with 4 points on the night. Solorio with the steal on that full court pressure. In pass there to Mateo Gwynn. Now with 4 on the night. 12-2 lead for these Grey Wolves as the Grey Wolves will pull back into a 3-2 zone. Davis on top. Jaquez hand in the face at number 3, Xavier Silva. Solorio with a defensive rebound. Davis pushes it up the floor. Contact by Lopez. Davis will work his way to the basket. Soft off the glass for Darius Davis, now with 6. Has that leadership on the floor for Davis. Back to a man defense out of these Grey Wolves. Something we haven't seen very much out of them in this season. As they allow a shot and allow an attempt close to the basket, Roadrunners can possess the ball. The deep 3 there. Attempt by Peralta doesn't fall. Davis up the floor. A little too hard as Jaquez can't quite get there as he was on his horse. And that'll be the second turnover by the Grey Wolves as Darius had a nice look up the floor. Now with 1:20 left in this game, Garfield leads 14-2. Davis with the takeaway. Davis will bring up the floor. Left-hand attempt from left side of the basket. Doesn't go. Nice and soft, and like to see that in the repertoire. As the Roadrunners, Peralta again with the 3-point attempt, and he'll get that one to fall. As that young man is not afraid to shoot. As he has all 5 points for the Roadrunners. Garcia to Jaquez left side. Jaquez will try 3 of his own. Too hard on that one. Solorio rushes, tips it back in bounds. Luis Padilla takes that one. Peralta puts up a prayer. Can't get that to fall. Solorio knocked out of bounds. As Curtis Peralta is making a name for himself. Davis left side with a 3-point attempt of his own. Too soft, off the top of the glass. Falls out. Jaquez, offensive rebound. Jaquez, nice pass inside to Solorio as he's plenty of contact to Solorio went up for that. Davis with the power dribble. Nice to the basket. Soft off the glass. And that will finish Davis with 8 points as Garfield Grey Wolves take a break with the score of 16-5 at the end of the first quarter. Whenever. After the first quarter, Darius Davis leads the Garfield Grey Wolves with 8 points, 8 of the 16 they put up in that first quarter. And Curtis Peralta for the Harrison Roadrunners has all 5 points. And Curtis Peralta is making a name for himself. And clearly, the player that these Roadrunners need to be active on the floor. Sanchez over to Cabrera on the left side. Cabrera puts up a 3-point attempt. Not going to fall. Rodarte, offensive rebound. Back out to Cabrera. He picks up his dribble. Sanchez, top of the key. Off the back iron. Sanchez And here's Peralta for the Roadrunners as he gets tripped up by his own teammate. That'll lead to a 6th turnover for the Harrison Roadrunners as Waylon Dumb takes that pass, goes up for an attempt, and is fouled on his way. And he'll make a trip to the charity stripe as that foul went on number 23, Nicasio Gonzalez for the Roadrunners, as that's their first foul of this game. Waylon Dumb has a tendency to get to the line a time or two per night, as he likes to play up near the basket, does a good job. Long, tall body of Waylon Dumb begging for passes inside and leads to opportunities like this as he misses the first attempt. Not done yet as Waylon puts the second one up, and he'll get that one to fall. Now with the score of 17-5, Gray Wolves sit back into a 2-3 zone. On the left side, Peralta back to the middle. Peralta, 15-foot jump shot. Now with all 7 points for the Roadrunners. As the Roadrunners sit back in a 2-3 zone. Nearly taken away, and it is taken away by these Roadrunners. As that foul went against number 25, Waylon Dumb, his first foul of the night. As there's probably some frustration from that turnover, as these Roadrunners are hustling on the floor. May not see it on the offensive side much, but they are not a slow team we have seen here tonight, as that one will go off of Waylon Dumb as he went to save that ball. And it will remain with the Roadrunners. As number 3, Xavier Silva steps on the line as he throws that inbounds pass. Now with the 8th turnover, Roadrunners give the ball right back to the Garfield Gray Wolves with the record of 4-1 on the year as Sanchez finds Archuleta on the right side. Rodarte underneath, tipped around. Waylon Dumb comes away limping after that possession. And as that foul went on number 14, Cesar Gonzalez, his first foul of the night. As Jeremiah Rodarte went to the charity stripe in the first matchup tonight in the B game. Went 2 for 4. Misses his first one in this matchup. Gets one more attempt in this possession here as Rodarte got that one and fall down. Back to Peralta as he leads this offense. Sees 2 people, purple jerseys meet him quickly up top. Baseline jumper from Silva. Doesn't touch anything. And we have an official's whistle. As there may have been some contact after that shot that didn't result in any kind of foul. Number 22, Jorge Perez checks in the Jorge Perez is going to check into the game for the Roadrunners, and number 14, Cesar Gonzalez, is going to take a seat on the bench. As the Garfield Gray Wolves have a 11-point lead, with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Archuleta finds his way into the lane. Archuleta finds Waylon Dumb. Too soft, and Waylon Dumb seems to got some contact as he held his face after that shot attempt. No whistle. Play continues. And we will have a foul in this possession here against the Garfield Gray Wolves. And that one went on number 11, Derek Sanchez. Derek Sanchez does not foul much. He did on that possession. Now as the Gray Wolves have 4 fouls his half. As number 3, Xavier Silva, is at the free throw line, misses his first attempt. He'll have one more. As Jeremiah Archuleta comes from high in that free throw lineup to get that rebound. Back to Archuleta on the right side. Archuleta finds his way down in the basket. Finds Waylon Dumb. Dumb, cross-court pass to Cabrera. Sanchez slips and slides, but he does come to a halt. And that one's taken away by Peralta, and Cabrera with a quick grab will commit his first foul and the 5th team foul for the Grey Wolves. As Cabrera was hustling back to play some defense, got a little bit too handsy there. Peralta controls it. Sanchez reads that pass. Sanchez will go up the floor. Peralta make it easy on him as Sanchez will pull out. Archuleta top of the key. Archuleta finds Waylon Dumb. Waylon Dumb with a great move under the basket and soft touch off the glass. Mr. Waylon Dumb now with 3 points on the night. We will see that of Waylon Dumb all night, as that's his kind of game, as Dumb hustles up the floor. Waylon Dumb says, "You can have this basket, Mr. Cabrera." And Cabrera will add his point total earlier from the evening, as Waylon Dumb will now have an assist on the evening, a free throw in the evening, and a basket to go along with the many rebounds. As we have a timeout here, score of 22-7. We'll take a break. After that timeout, the clock has already started here. A few seconds extra ticked off that one, as it's 2:50 left in the second quarter with the Grey Wolves leading 22-7. As Silva controls the ball at the top of the key. Silva double teamed at half court. Is going to make it difficult, and he will step across the line as Silva got away with a little elbow inside that double team there. Regardless, that'll be the Roadrunners' 9th turnover. And Sanchez will control this offense. Sanchez into Rodarte. Tipped away there by the active hands of Xavier Silva. Cabrera into the lane. Archuleta goes up and above everyone else to try to get that rebound. Just couldn't control that one. He was well above all the towers under the basket. Peralta again to Silva on the baseline. Silva, 3 purple jerseys meet him on the baseline. Silva looks for an out pass. Finds Peralta. Peralta, Sanchez with the block. And quick step on the line there is not called by this officiating crew here tonight as he sits out in the lane. And we will have a 3-second call as an offensive player is inside that red paint on this floor. 3 seconds or more. Can't sit in that lane too long as an offensive player. Rodarte, Cabrera, up to Sanchez. Nearly thrown away. Peralta reading that pass. Archuleta down to Rodarte. Hits the bottom side of the basket there, and that'll roll out of bounds. Off of a white jersey, Grey Wolves will maintain possession as they have the ball underneath the basket. Archuleta, quick cut on an inbounds play. Not sure if that was drawn up or designed that way or if that was just a great read by Archuleta. Regardless, after all that, Archuleta now at the first points here in this matchup as he had about 15 in the first matchup tonight. Grey Wolves now have to play a little bit defense. And there it is right there. Sanchez with the quick takeaway, give the Roadrunners the 10th turnover. Unfortunately, not going to end well there as the Grey Wolves give the ball right back for their own 5th turnover of the evening. Minute 24 left in the first half of this matchup. Garfield Grey Wolves once again leading big in this matchup with a score of 24-7. As Curtis Peralta tried to dribble around the active hands of Derek Sanchez, knocked out of bounds. Silva finds number 1, Luis Padilla. Padilla swings the ball around. Waylon Dunn comes away with an defensive rebound. Waylon Dunn looks up the floor, finds Cabrera. Can't control the passes. Once again, the number 11 white jersey, Curtis Peralta, made that difficult on these Grey Wolves. Luis Padilla controls the ball this time for the Roadrunners. Derek Sanchez thought he had a takeaway. The official is going to call a jump ball, alternating possession. Will remain with the Roadrunners. Checking into the game, Ezekiel Padilla, as Curtis Peralta will take a much-needed break as he has hustled this first half with 46 seconds left here in the first half of this matchup. Pass knocked away. Grey Wolves will take over possession with 40 seconds left in the half. Sanchez finds a cutting Archuleta. Archuleta with an underneath, try to wrap around layup, can't get it to connect. Rodarte knocks the bottom of the rim on there. Cabrera hustles up the floor, stops ball in the corner. Waylon Dunn gets his hands active. Another jump ball, alternating possession. Great play by Waylon Dunn. Now with 25 seconds left, the Grey Wolves will take possession back. Sanchez tries to get inside that 2-3 zone. Archuleta finds Waylon Dunn on the left side of the basket. Dunn gets his own offensive rebound. He puts one back up. A little too hard that time. Jeremiah Rodarte, too soft that time. Back to Waylon Dunn. As the height of this Grey Wolf team, clearly dominant in that possession. And that horn will end the first half with a score of 26-7. We'll take a halftime break. we are back. In action here. As we get on the mic, we are going to take a quick break as we have a timeout by the Garfield Grey Wolves. All right, well, after some technical difficulties and delays in our own setup here, we get back on the mic with 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. As that ball is knocked away by the Roadrunners. That will be Grey Wolf basketball here. We saw some great action there in the third quarter, earlier the third quarter, with some great passes by Davis and down to Mateos. That's another great pass right there as Archuleta can't finish and Waylon Dumb fights it off. Waylon Dumb is an absolute fighter underneath that basket as he will battle. And that alternating possession will go to the Grey Wolves for underneath. Oh, a little too high and too hard for Waylon Dumb as Curtis Peralta brings it up the floor, and he'll miss that shot. As that was only the Grey Wolves' second turnover. Jeremiah Rodarte, and he gets fouled on that shot attempt. And that foul will go against number 23, Nicasio Gonzalez, the second foul for him on the night. And the second foul of this second half, as Jeremiah Rodarte will check into the game. I'm sorry, Jeremiah in the third period. And we have a timeout. We'll take a little break. Well, we get back after a short timeout there. Jeremiah Rodarte steps to the free throw line. So we've had some ups and downs here in our makeshift booth here at Harrison Middle School. Garfield Grey Wolves have a dominating lead in this game as well with a score of 40-10 as Jeremiah Rodarte is at the free throw line for the second time tonight, where he went 1 for 2 earlier, now 2 for 3 on the night. Rodarte Nice shot from his chest. Now 3 for 4 from the line. Jeremiah Rodarte, 75% free throw shooter here tonight. That is a great stat to acknowledge. Has a 2-3 zone pressure from the Grey Wolves. Gives the Roadrunners some pressure, and it'll cause a 4th turnover this half. Waylon Dumb doesn't lose that one, nearly does, but finds Rodarte. Rodarte can't connect as the horn goes off to end the 3rd quarter. The Grey Wolves have a lead of 42-10. We'll take a break and come back for the 4th. With a dominating performance here, the Garfield Grey Wolves with a 42-10 lead after 3 quarters. We get the 4th quarter started with that pass. And Garfield Grey Wolves with only 1 loss on the season, their first one when they played Wilson Middle School. And lost by 8 that night. Have played a flawless season after that. As that shot was number 3, Xavier Silva in the lane. Cabrera finds his own way. Waylon Dumb gets that block shot and goes for an attempt on his own. Derek Sanchez struggles to get the ball up the floor after he gets a good takeaway. Rodarte can't quite control. He somehow gets that pass to Mr. Dumb. Rodarte misses his own shot. Dumb misses another shot. Rodarte, mid-range jump shot. Don't see many of those from Rodarte as Rodarte limps. Cabrera got all these lines here on this floor mixed up as he thought he was going to go back court. And Waylon Dumb will connect on that one. And he will make another trip to the free throw line. And that foul goes against number 22, Jorge Perez, with his 2nd foul and the 3rd foul of the half. Jorge with 2 fouls. Mr. Dumb steps to the free throw line for his 2nd trip tonight. Can't quite connect on that one with his own rebound. He'll do that instead. Miss the free throw, get a rebound, get 2 more points of his own. Now Waylon Dumb with 9 points tonight. That's a season high for Mr. Dumb. We have another foul here, and this foul will go against the Grey Wolves. As that foul looks to go against number 11, Derek Sanchez, with his 2nd foul of the night. And 2nd foul of the half for the Grey Wolves. Silva steps to the line, his 3rd trip tonight. Now 1 for 4 from the free throw line is Xavier Silva. Can't get the 2nd one to fall as Waylon Dumb comes away with the defensive rebound, finds Cabrera up the floor. Cabrera rushes, hounded by behind. Back to Waylon Dumb. Archuleta, he'll take control at the top of the key. Find Cabrera on the baseline for a 3-point attempt himself. And it will fall as Andreas Cabrera knocks down a baseline three-point shot to go with his bucket earlier in the night. Now with 5 for number 2, Andres Cabrera. As bodies hit the floor at the half line, we have a jump ball alternating possession, and that will go to the Gray Wolves. They might not call it a line change in basketball, but if you're a hockey fan, this is a line change. Everybody's off, everybody's on. As the starters, mostly 8th graders, check back into the game for the Garfield Gray Wolves, including number 3, Andres Cabrera. He's a little distracted over on the sideline with the making some friends in the crowd. Now he's going to have the ball in the backcourt as he puts a smile on his face. Finds Giovanni Jaquez cutting into the lane. Jaquez finds Mateo Gwynn. Gwynn with a nice shot. Nice take, nice finish. Mateo Gwynn now with 8 on the night. Active hands by Giovanni Jaquez causes that turnover. Might not be credited with the steal, but that definitely was because the active hands of Jaquez as it fell into the lap of Garcia, and up the floor for Darius Davis to add. Now with 18 on the night, Darius Davis leads the scoring as he's only played minimal minutes, as this has been an absolute blowout by these Gray Wolves. Davis gets a steal. Up the floor he goes. Give Darius Davis 2 more points to give him 20 on the night. And give the Harrison Roadrunners the 7th turnover of this half. And the 18th on the night. Another turnover. Another attempt by Davis. Solario is going to take this one. Carlos Solario now with 6 points on the night. Now with 1:15 left in this game. Harrison controls the ball on top. Curtis Peralta knocked away yet again by Giovanni Jaquez. Steel's going to be credited to Andreas Garcia, but that is all because of the active hands of Giovanni Jaquez. Davis with a running one-hander. Can't get that to fall. Off the head. Back to purple jersey. Jaquez, he'll try for a 3-point attempt. Too hard on that one again. As Giovanni Jaquez flexes his muscle on that one. Has a smile on the face of coach and smile on the face of Gio Jaquez after that missed shot attempt. Andreas Garcia, baseline jumper. Can't get that one to fall. Davis fights for a rebound. Bodies are on the floor as the Harrison Roadrunners try to stop Davis. Davis too short on that 3-point attempt. Rebound by number 22, Jorge Perez. Taken away by Carlos Solario. Roadrunners now with 21 turnovers tonight, and it is hard to win any game or have any kind of close game if you're going to give 21 turnovers away, as Andreas Garcia in the last game hit a baseline jumper as the horn expired. Couldn't get one to hit tonight. The clock expired. The Gray Wolves move on to 4-1 on the season, and they will have their hands full on Wednesday night when they go to Roosevelt Middle School on a difficult, tall Roosevelt team. We will see you Wednesday night. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe.